sticky glazed pork. When anyone says that to me, I get very excited because it is so delicious. And my recipe is super simple to follow and minimal ingredients. I'm also going to serve mine with some jasmine rice. Now, let's talk about the cut of pork we need for this. I'm using 1 kilo of pork belly. I've left the skin on it and the bones are removed from the pork belly. Now, I'm cooking this in the very classic Chinese way. So I've got some water here, cold water. We're going to place the pork belly in, and you want the skin side up, and you just want it to be completely submerged in that liquid. And then we're just going to add 2 simple ingredients that make such a difference. First up, some peppercorns. They're going to give it a lovely warmth, and you only need 1 teaspoon of peppercorns. This is not to be mistaken with crushed peppercorns, ground peppercorns, white peppercorns. You want black peppercorns and 1 teaspoon of that. And as that cooks in the warm water, it'll release some of its flavour. The next key ingredient is this wonderful spice that I always have in my pantry. These are star anise, and have a look at them. You know that they're star anise from their distinct star shape. Now, you only need 1 or 2 of these little stars to make a difference to the dish because they are quite strong. They have a licorice flavour to them, an aniseed flavour if you like. So in with 2 of the star anise, and I'll turn the heat on now. Now, while that's cooking, let's get on to the sticky glaze component. So this essentially is pork belly cooked twice. First we poach, and then we're going to caramelise it in the oven. So in a jug, I've got some light soy sauce. To that, I'll add some sweetness, so brown sugar, some Shaoxing wine, and I like to add some mirin to this. And we'll give that a really good whisk just to dissolve all that brown sugar. Okay, glaze is ready to go. Now we'll place the lid on top and let that cook low and slow. Once it's cooked, I'm going to cool it down on a rack so it's much easier to slice into strips. The pork has cooled down slightly and I've just sliced it into big strips. That's how I love to present it. Now time for the glaze. So just a baking dish. We're going to place our strips into the dish. I might put it this way so they're nice and snug. Spread them out and you can see how tender this meat is. It's so soft, almost falling apart. And for our glaze, it's as simple as pouring it all over the meat. It's a cross between a glaze and a sauce. And this goes into the oven. Now it's going to cook for a further 30 to 40 minutes, but this is where all the magic happens because it's going to become sticky, caramelized and glossy. Now, while that's cooking in the oven, I'm going to prepare some rice. I'm using some jasmine rice. So I've got some boiling water there, tiny pinch of salt. I'm going to add the rice. Once it's cooked, drain it, cover it up, and it's ready to go. Well, isn't this a thing of beauty? Glossy, sticky on the top. There's still some extra glaze on the bottom. This is just a delicious dish. And it's even better when you serve it with rice. So I've got my rice here. We've boiled it, drained it, and I've just allowed it to steam back in the pot. We'll add a little mound to a bowl. And I'm just going to grab a fork and a spoon. And this one's looking pretty good. So we're going to take our strip and just place it on top, depending on how hungry you are, 2 maybe. There we go. And the all-important glaze. Let's drizzle some of that straight over the top. And look at that, you can add as much or as little as you like. For me, lots. And fantastic as is, but if you want a pop of freshness, I always suggest maybe some coriander or what I have here, some spring onions and some long chilies, which are quite mild, so it's not too hot. We'll just place that over the top, and that's a stunning dish using very minimal ingredients, maximum flavour. Star anise and the peppercorns that we used at the beginning, all the way through that cooking process, all the way to now, trust me, you'll taste it, and it's a beautiful addition to sticky glazed pork.